Mega Bash at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium is the biggest 4th of July party in Jupiter. There's no better way to celebrate America's 250th birthday than enjoying two special baseball games on July 3rd and July 4th. Both games begin at 6 p.m., featuring the Mega Kids Inflatable Area and the biggest fireworks show of the season. Tickets start at just $8. Stop by the ticket office or visit RogerDeanChevroletStadium.com to purchase your Mega Bash tickets today.
Hey, it's Steph Prince here, and in South Florida, you need an AC team that can deliver in the clutch. That's why my family trusts Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning. As a mom of 3, trust me, when your AC goes down, you don't want to strike out with the wrong company. You want a team that keeps the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps the family cool. And Bob Bradley knows a thing or two about coaching a winning team. He coached his son Bobby all the way to becoming a first-round draft pick, and now he's helping his grandson Trey develop his game. And one thing's for sure, high standards run in the Bradley family. Bob brings that same major league mindset to the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning. From residential and commercial repairs to installations, maintenance, and upgrades, they step up to the plate and get the job done right the first time. And while Bob waits for Trey's call to the majors, he's still delivering major league service every single day right here in South Florida. Call Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning today at 561-793-7497 or visit bradleyair.com.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWestPalmContests.com.
That's ESPNWestPalmContests.com.
ESPN 1063 is pure genius. Each drop of ESPN 1063 is purified through frequency modulation, a process inspired by the clouds. ESPN 1063, it's good for you.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia. Have you ever wished buying a car could actually feel easy? At Greenway Kia West Palm Beach, it does, especially during the summer sticker sales event. Just call Lonnie Mister, tell him what you're looking for, and before you arrive, he'll have a vehicle ready out front, washed, gassed up, and waiting for you. He'll even text you photos so you know exactly what to expect. No games, no pressure, no hidden fees. Just real people helping real people. With hundreds of new Kias arriving, including the Telluride, K4, K5, Sportage, and all-electric EV9, there's never been a better time to find the perfect ride. Not sure which Kia is right for you? Take advantage of Greenway Kia's exclusive 24-hour test drive. Take it home, drive it, and make sure it's the one. Plus, this week only, the Greenway Kia Credit Clinic is back. Let their team work hard to help get you approved. Call 561-433-1511 and ask for Lonnie Mister. Greenway Kia West Palm Beach, where buying a car feels personal.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia.
Hi, I'm Wendy Sartori-Link, your Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections. The 2026 primary is on August 18th, and now is the time to make your game plan. Florida is a closed primary state, which means if you want to vote in a party's race, you need to be registered with that party at least 29 days before Election Day. Don't wait until the last minute. Check your registration and get election ready today. Visit votepalmbeach.gov to get started. That's votepalmbeach.gov. See you at the polls.
Anna Jar and Levine.
Call 1-800-7473. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Messi, right outside of the box. Lino with a move. Shot! Goal! Lionel Messi with an incredible outside of the box shot!
For 1 month, the game takes over the planet. Nations collide. Heroes emerge. Legends are made. Every goal echoes around the globe. From the biggest stars to the next generation of icons, the chase for soccer's ultimate prize is underway. Welcome to Extra Time with Mike Rizzo.
Leo with a shot and a goal!
Brought to you by Yingling, Tri-Rail, and Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath.
Well, Damien, another day and another show of Extra Time covering the best tournament in all of sports, the World Cup. And it has come down to the best part of the World Cup. That is the knockout stage. Folks, welcome on in to Extra Time today. Mike Rizzo, Damian Perez, live at the City Point Studios down here in West Palm Beach. Brazil winning by the skin of their you-know-what against Japan. Germany, Paraguay, 1-1, 67th minute. we'll keep you updated on all of the action going on in the World Cup. But Dame, brother, how are you? How was your weekend? Have a good weekend?
Yeah, doing great. I mean, for what it's worth, I'm doing great.
Outside of Uruguay losing, did you have a good weekend?
I'm not going to lie. Friday was tough, obviously, because Friday was the day of the game. Saturday, all day was like depression. It was hard to watch a World Cup game. And then Sunday, thankfully, we had a slow way back into the World Cup, but it's been rough, man. It's been rough. It's not about being eliminated. It's the way you're eliminated that makes it worse.
Now, Dame, I had a great weekend. We went on a bike ride. Bike ride was fantastic. I did 8 miles on the bike. I mentioned that I'm training for a 10K coming up at the end of the month as well. But on a nerdy side, all right, you guys know I love video games. Bro, I finally met some boys that I could play one of my favorite video games, Destiny 2. You know I've been a Destiny guy. The game's dying. Dude, I told myself, I'm like, I'm gonna try to do the raids, gonna try to do some of the content. And I queued up a random fire team, and lo and behold, 4 of the best dudes you could ever meet on the game.
Dream team.
They came in. They helped me lock it down, and now I'm in the Discord channel. They're my mates now. And listen, to the point where Tanner the Fisherman got me the game on PC. So I now had the game on PC. I now have some mates to play it with. And I not only shout out Tanner, I want to shout out all the boys. All right, Ian, all right, Run, Aria, Berg, everybody. All right, I finally found some mates to play Destiny with, and I want to thank Tanner for getting me the game on computer. Guardians, hang in there. Keep playing the game. Getting back on track, though, Dame, great weekend, and obviously watched all of the football. I mean, I think it was shocking how Colombia was ruled offsides. Damien, there's good moments of VAR, and there's bad moments of VAR. And VAR, folks, the video review system, and it's all automated. You reminded me that the whole World Cup is automated. So it's out of the referees. Like the referee could go to the monitor or whatever, but it's automated.
This isn't subjective.
Right. And that's not good for the sport, bro. I'm going to keep it a toenail. What is this, Kevin Durant, foot on the line?
Literally
Brooklyn.
what it was.
Dude, that sucked. And this is coming from someone who loves Cristiano Ronaldo. And low-key, I'm sorry to my Colombian faithful out there, was pulling for Portugal in the match.
Yeah, but that game...
That wasn't right. Dame, that was... No, I don't think that was right.
I agree, and I think that game deserved a goal. It was a very intense game where both teams played very well. They were tight defensively. And to get a goal in the last few minutes of that game, I mean, that's really what the game needed. But, I mean, granted, really, the result didn't change much because win or draw, Colombia would have still advanced number 1.
Yeah, that wasn't right. That didn't sit well with me. I got to be honest, that did not sit well with me for the rest of the night.
It'd be a different conversation if that was a knockout stage game. Imagine that.
And Damien, speaking of
Portugal ended up winning.
Speaking of the knockout, like we said, Damien, what are we looking at here? Oh, no, it's a match break. Sorry, I saw a commercial.
It's the highlight. It's the match break, and on that match break, they got the highlight of the goal.
We're on a commercial. We're on a commercial during 45 minutes. So it's still
at least they're doing split screen. At least, I mean,
fine. Fine.
Happy medium here.
But it is the knockout round, and let's talk about that. Actually, let's do this right now. Let's do our Tri-Rail moment of the day. Folks, once again, our moment of the day every single day on Extra Time is brought to you by Tri-Rail. Go to try-rail.com. Try-rail.com. Weekend rates $5. Coming up later on in the show, we're going to be talking to Alina Hudak, who is the president of the Miami Committee for the FIFA World Cup 2026. If you want to get down to that fantastic Bayfront Park, which is going to have a lot of great activations for the July 4th, got to take Tri-Rail. Weekend rates $5.
The world is coming to South Florida for the biggest month in international soccer, and Tri-Rail is your ticket to the action. Let's go on Tri-Rail. Plan your ride at TriRailWorldCup.com.
Damien, from being a favela legend, and quote, word from the broadcast, a favela street baller, to playing for his Brazilian national team and scoring the go-ahead goal in the 95th minute when there's 6 minutes of added time. Partner, that's what this tournament is all about.
Absolutely.
And I cannot pick a better moment of the day presented by Tri-Rail, weekend rates at $5. I cannot pick a better moment than Gabby Martinelli. How about the first touch?
Perfect
first touch with his left, gets it on over to his right, his dominant foot, pops it right into the net.
It's also a good pass. I can't remember who it was that gave him that pass, But I mean, that whole play was absolutely perfect. And at a moment that was so important. I mean, he's a legend moving forward. Even if they don't win, I mean, that moment enough gave the people so much happiness. He's probably a legend right now at the moment.
Folks, I love Japan as a country. I really want to visit there one day. Love their culture. I'm a nerd. I'm a big anime guy. I love Nintendo, love Pokemon, Naruto, the whole thing. But like taking that outside of it, that's heartbreaking, bro. That is just an absolute heartbreak. I can't. Give me a better second place finisher, maybe outside of Morocco, than Japan. Because Morocco, in my opinion, Morocco finished in second. They never lost. But I thought Japan, by the way, finished second, never lost. Japan looked better. They looked better in their matchups. What did they win? 4-1, 4-0? Like, this is a Japan team. I get the point I'm trying to make is Japan deserved an easier opponent than Brazil. And the reason they didn't get that was because of the host nations, like us, the United States, Canada, and Mexico. We didn't have to qualify. So that means, pot one teams like Morocco and company, they got, quote, screwed and had to be in a group with Brazil. And sadly, Japan was collateral damage. Damian, they were collateral damage for Croatia, for Morocco, and others not being a pot one team because of the host nations. And it's just how it shook out, man. They had to face off against Brazil.
Yeah, I mean, not only did they have to face off against Brazil, in the group stage, they had to play Netherlands, Sweden, and, Tunisia. But Netherlands and Sweden, I mean, those are two tough teams that have each scored a lot of goals in this tournament. So apart from having to play Brazil in that knockout stage, they had a tough out from the beginning.
And Japan beat the brakes off of Tunisia.
Yep.
Beat the brakes out of them. They by 4 goals. They got 4 on the goal differential after that game. But
they scored first against Brazil.
Yep. And they got all that momentum. Similar to what happened with Paraguay. Paraguay scored in the 41st, and then Germany responded in the second half. Now, Damian, I think the longer the Germans go, and they don't get, and granted, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to tell you this, but I don't think Germany wants to be in the 85th minute tied 1-1, bro.
No, but at least they know they're going to get to extra time, and I think they have the advantage there. I mean, they're probably a deeper squad.
Listen, to Damian's point, they're deeper. They probably have fresher legs.
And you got Neuer in goal for the penalties.
Oh, God. Listen, I love Neuer. I'm not going to disrespect Manuel Neuer. Dame, he's not in his prime anymore. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, but for
very
penalties,
good.
I mean, he's like, what, 6'7"? I mean, the dude's huge.
Dame, I wanted to look at the rest of that. And by the way, we'll continue to update you on the Germany and the Paraguay game. Brazil winning 2-1, solidifying themselves in the round of 16. I wanted to take a look at the knockout bracket because right now, I think still France, Spain, Argentina, those 3 teams are the teams to beat. Argentina obviously has the easier path than the rest of that. France, in my opinion, doesn't have a cakewalk in Sweden. I think they should easily beat them. But that's not, Damian, more look at games and go, no doubt. It's the knockout round. It's the World Cup. No, you got to take these games. You do. And I think France beating the brakes off of Norway, even though Norway didn't put out a lineup, that's good momentum heading into the knockout round. Damian, I saw Argentina, France, Spain. No matter how you mix it, I think they're the top 3 teams.
You don't got Brazil in there too?
I don't. I'm sorry. I still think the lack of a true number 10, a true striker hurts. I do. And listen, Argentina, they have a true striker. France, obviously, Kylian Mbappe, their depth is insane. Now, Spain, Dame, you can make the argument there. They don't have a true 10 either, but they have arguably the best young player in the world, the next future number 1 in the world, in Lamine Yamal. Nico Williams is, getting back into his fitness and getting back to be available. I just
he actually got hurt against Uruguay.
I think Brazil has a lot of problems. Danilo was poor. That back line is
turnover.
That back line is worse than I thought. I don't think they could win it all, I guess. Though I don't think those 3 teams I still think are my absolute favorites in the FIFA World Cup. Do you have anybody you want to throw your hat in the mix? Is it Brazil, Dame? Is it someone else maybe?
I think you can never count Brazil out in a World Cup, especially in this stage of the tournament. They flew under the radar up to now. I mean, that's a very, very dangerous team, especially when they don't have the pressure of expectation.
I disagree there. They have expectations, Dame.
I mean, you don't even have them in the top. You don't even have them in the top teams to win the World Cup. A lot of people don't.
Let me ask Let me ask you this.
Even coming into the World Cup.
What expectations did you have for Uruguay coming into this game? Sorry, this tournament.
Win the group, and then I knew we had that clash against Argentina.
You didn't think they were winning the group.
Excuse me, not win the group. Advance from the group. And that's the scenario that I mentioned. We had the clash against Argentina.
The reason I'm bringing this up, dude, Brazilians are on a different level with expectations in football than anybody. They've won the thing more than anyone. And they haven't won it in 20-some years,
point exactly.
And they're freaking out.
That's my point exactly.
They're on Ancelotti for not playing Endrick. They're on Ancelotti for not playing Neymar.
You cannot count Brazil out. This is a team that's going to be dangerous, especially when they have expectations, but not the expectations they have year to year every time they come into a World Cup.
I think Rafinha not being there hurts, even though Ryan has been solid off of the right.
Paqueta got hurt today. Looked like a sprained
Listen,
ankle.
I love Casemiro, future Inter Miami GOAT, and one of my favorites at Manchester United. But you got 70 minutes from him tops, and then you got to put in Fabinho. Damian, I'm watching Fabinho playing meaningful minutes for Brazil. Are you kidding me?
He's only 32.
He's awful. Damian, it's not about age. He's terrible.
And I'm a Liverpool fan, so I've seen Fabinho
terrible.
up close.
He's got no legs.
He's an older player for sure, but I mean, to have a Fabinho, I feel like they brought him in similar to Neymar. That's a leadership role. I don't think he's going to play in these knockout stages.
He has no legs anymore.
No, that's why I don't think he's going to play in these knockout stages.
Even without Rafinha, with Ryan, with Cunha. And Cunha, my Manchester United GOAT.
He had a great tournament.
Been unreal. He got stinker and a hook today, neither here nor there. Everyone's allowed to have a bad game. And then Vinny, dude, did you see Vinny's moving in the box and the possible Trevela goalie? Dude, he is unbelievable. I am done hearing Vinicius Jr. slander, brother. I'm all done with it.
We're a season away from him being considered a runner-up in the Ballon d'Or. I mean, this is a player that's one of the best players in the world. The only thing about him was that sometimes he loses concentration, but it doesn't look like it's going on in the World Cup.
Well, keep in mind, too, him and Kylian Mbappe have not won any trophies together at Real Madrid. Vinny won Damian, multiple Champions Leagues before him.
5.
Dude, Vinny played with
3 back-to-back.
Vinny played with Ronaldo. He was on the bench with CR7 when they were winning Champions Leagues. That's why the Vinicius slander, I think, is a bit crazy to me. I understand he's a very
polarizing,
loud player. You know what I mean? I love him, dude. I love Vinicius, and I think right now at the World Cup, he's still showing everybody that Brazil, and himself are teams to beat. As I wave to a Brazil fan,
he's got a Vinny jersey. He's got a Vinny jersey.
I wave to the Brazil fan. Give him the thumbs up. As I'm saying, they're not going to win the World Cup. I'm a bit of a phony on that. Dame, I think they could easily reach the quarter.
Watch out for Brazil.
They can reach a quarterfinal.
Well, let's look at their path.
I got their path up.
Okay, perfect.
They're going to play the winner of Ivory Coast and Norway. Dane, it's a tough game, brother. I know Norway. Listen, I'm down on Norway.
They're going to be favorites in that game.
They will. Down on Norway for sitting everybody. That was a disgrace. Do we agree? By the way, do you agree with me on that?
Yeah.
I didn't really get to hear you a lot during Russo and Rizzo on that topic.
I mean, I was one of...
I was screaming about it, but...
I was telling you how important form is. And a team like Norway, who was in form before the tournament, during the tournament, why are you going to end it? I mean... Yeah. It was a tough decision. And they weren't in the same boat as USA. USA had nothing to play for. Norway could have won the group.
And once again, folks, we are reacting to Norway sitting 10 out of their 11 starters in the game against
France.
Everyone
but the keeper.
And to put even more perspective on it, it was winner wins the group. And to Damian's point, what he's trying to explain, it's not like this was where, Team USA and Turkey where Team USA already won the group mathematically. Both teams went into that game, and if they would have won, they would have won the group. And Norway decided to sit starters. And by the way, Ståle Solbakken, the gaffer for Norway, says to preserve their energy and prevent injuries for the knockout rounds. He listed medical fatigue, low stakes in the game, and knockout preparation.
Low stakes in the game?
With both teams advancing, Norway's coaching staff decided it wasn't worth the risk of yellow cards, injuries, or severe energy depletion against formidable French team simply to secure first place.
You're playing to win the group and avoid a matchup against Ivory Coast. Who is it that France is playing? I know it's not a harder matchup than Ivory Coast.
It's Sweden.
I'd rather play Sweden than Ivory Coast.
And that would have been a rival. Keep in mind, Norway and Sweden, at least, I've never they're right next to each other. I'm assuming that's somewhat of a rivalry. I don't know, man. I wasn't. It's a loser mentality. It's a loser mentality. You're also talking to the same guy who couldn't go to bed for about an hour after the way we lost to Turkey.
Putting too much into that.
It was a miserable ending. Damien, that was a kick in the... There we go.
Well, I told you it was probably better to lose that game 4-0 than to lose the game in the last second of the game on a heartbreaking fashion.
I did not want to lose that game. Like, draw. And to the point, maybe it was a bit American of me to think that we could win with our B team. I expected to win that game with our B team. And I give credit.
Off on fire.
I was very hard on Berhalter going into the tournament. In my personal opinion, I didn't think he was quality enough to be a key feature on the United States. I was down on him. Dude, a goal and an assist. I mean, that guy, he was man of the match.
From a deep lying
midfielder. He's a good player. I had to eat a foot on that. Berhalter's a good player, and he deserves a lot of my respect. I trust 4 guys off of the bench. That's it. The rest of them I don't want to see.
Berhalter, Gio Reyna.
Berhalter, Gio Reyna, Trusty.
No pun intended.
I should actually know, Dame, it's 3 because I can't trust Tim Weah anymore, which is a disgrace. What has happened to Tim Weah on that with the United? What has happened to his form since Mauricio Pochettino has taken over?
Yeah.
But I don't know what has happened to him and his form and the way, like, he just seems like the misfit out there. Like, did you watch? Obviously, you watch.
He needs a goal. A goal will cure everything.
An assist, something. And, like, this is the same player who helped us get out of the group stage in Qatar. He scored our first goal at Qatar, Tim Weah, on a breakaway goal. And then he picked up the red card in Copa America, and he has not been the same. 888-760-3776. That's the number to call on in. We're reacting to all the games going on today. Once again, Germany and Paraguay 1-1, 85th minute.
This is down to the wire.
I told you, Germany didn't want to be in this spot. The longer this game drags on, the better for Paraguay. The longer they don't get that goal, it's better for Paraguay. I think it goes into extra time, Damien. I might be doomsdaying a bit for Germany, but I think they need to get in before extra time. My 2 cents. And then Brazil, getting the job done, dying embers of the game. Gabriel Martinelli, left winger for Arsenal, coming on in off of the bench and scoring the game-winning goal for Carlo Ancelotti and Brazil. Now, also pretty good chance for Germany, and finally the flag was up. I was waiting for that, Damien, for 30 seconds. But we've looked at the group stage 2. France could possibly play Germany in the next round, in the round of 16, if France beats Paraguay, if Germany beats Paraguay and France beats Sweden. Our United States, if they were to beat Bosnia, they would play the winner of Belgium and Senegal. Keep in mind, the United States, if they face off against Belgium, that's going to be the 2010 rematch from South Africa. The last time the United States won their group at a World Cup was 2010. They went to the round of 16 in a knockout round and lost to Belgium. So that would be a little rematch, a little revenge game for our federation. The Netherlands play Morocco in arguably the best game in the first round on paper. If Damien, from the naked eye, the real good first round matchups, Netherlands and Morocco, the Brazil and Japan game, which Brazil won 2-1 today. Mexico and Ecuador, Ivory Coast and Norway, and then Portugal and Croatia. I think those are the best round 1 on paper matchups that you could shake a stick at. But the ones who kind of got, screwed over on their group, I think Brazil having to face Japan and Norway. I think Germany and France having to play each other in the round of 16. And also, I think Portugal and Spain. But it's, Portugal only has themselves to blame because they could have avoided playing Spain in the second round if they won their group and beat Colombia this past Saturday.
Worth noting, though, that side of the bracket is very, very tough.
It's loaded, dude. And
you got Germany, France, Spain, USA, Belgium, Senegal. That's a tough side of the bracket.
I'm going to take it a step further. The United States path, I think, is tough, brother. If you get to the quarterfinal, you're running, in my opinion, you're running into Spain and Portugal. And dude, I know everyone, I'm worried about Bosnia, Herzegovina, because Folks, I can't get away from this Bosnia team. They've been the Maloik for me and my Italians. They beat Italy, and now, lo and behold, my favorite international team in the United States has to take them on. I just can't get away from them. Damian, my two favorite teams. I mean, I'm United States all the way, folks. Don't get it twisted. But everyone knows that as listen to Extra Time and our football programming, I love my Azzurri Blue and my Italians. Dude, I cannot get away from this team. Yeah, it's just one of those things that this is
the kind of team that they'll make the game super ugly. They'll find a way to get a result, and those teams are dangerous.
Well, it's going to be like Panama, brother. Remember in Copa America, Panama knew they needed to get a red card on the United States, and they did that. Job done, Tim Weah, and they won the football game.
Yeah, but Panama, they lack something that I feel like, I don't want to say Bosnia has it, but I mean, they eliminated Italy. They've gotten to this stage of the World Cup when nobody expected them to. I mean, I can't remember a good game from Bosnia in this World Cup, and they still made it to this.
It was their last game. It was Bosnia's last game when they beat the brakes off of Qatar 3-1.
Yeah, but Qatar was already eliminated.
And then the only reason they're here too is because they got a draw against Canada. They drew Canada 1-1. And listen, I was hooting and hollering about how much I can't stand. I was hooting and hollering about how much I can't stand Canada and how phony they were. They're on to the round of 16. And folks, we haven't mentioned that game because they did us a favor in giving a penalty to Canada. No one needed to watch 30 minutes extra time and also penalty kicks to that godforsaken matchup. That was the worst game of the World Cup. That was, bar none, the worst game of the World Cup. Canada and South Africa.
South
Do you
Africa,
agree?
That's another team. I mean,
that was a horrific game. Horrific game.
It makes the Uruguay elimination just so much worse when you got, teams like South Africa. And I'm not saying teams like South Africa, like they're horrible, but they didn't play a good World Cup. They did not look good out there.
Imagine being an Italy fan and not being there at all.
Good point.
I'd rather crash out like you guys did because of horrific goalkeeping and managing. Good chance for Germany here. We'll keep you updated as they're in the box. But I understand your frustrations. I really do. But 888-760-3776, that number to call on in. Folks, we are going to be talking to Alina Hudak, who is the president of the FIFA World Cup 2026 Miami Host Committee. I'm looking forward to asking her a bunch of questions about the Bayfront Park. They have fantastic activations going on for the 4th of July. They're going to have concerts, fun, food, football watch parties, the whole 9 yards. It's not only things to do for football fans, but also things to do for everybody. Even if you're not into football, look on in going into Miami Bayfront Park and the Fan Festival there. We're talking to Alina Hudak coming up next. And folks, you know how you're going to get there. This segment brought to you by Tri-Rail. How are you going to get from West Palm? How are you going to get from West Palm all the way to Miami? You're just going to take the Tri-Rail because weekend rates are $5. Very cheap weekday rates too. It's comfort. It's very comfortable, very safe. Tri-Rail, folks. Tri-rail.com. Tri-rail.com. You don't want to drive to Miami. Take it from me. You don't want to drive to Miami. Get on that Tri-Rail. Make things easy. Pack the car. Get the kids. Go enjoy a fun time at Bayfront Park. And listen, the good part about living down here in Miami, good part, living down here, South Florida, West Palm, living down here, the festival is right on the bay. You're going to have people riding jet skis behind you. Go online, tri-rail.com. Book your trip to Bayfront Park. We're talking to Alina Hudak coming up next on Extra Time. Mike Rizzo, Damian Perez on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Since 2006, EDS Air Conditioning has kept Palm Beach County comfortable through every summer, every storm, and every season in between. EDS Air Conditioning is a trained comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train. From dial thermostats to today's smart home systems, EDS delivers reliable comfort you can count on. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, they've earned your trust. 20 years of keeping Palm Beach cool. Visit EDSisyes.com today.
Flight by Yuengling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
For 40 years, Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fraunrath has stood up for clients in South Florida communities. If you've been injured, their experienced attorneys across South Florida are ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients. There's no cost for a case evaluation and no fee unless they win. Visit foryourrights.com. That's foryourrights.com. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fraunrath. Proud supporters of Inter Miami FC on ESPN South Florida. Main office in Palm Beach Gardens.
Whether you need batteries, tires, or services, we know you depend on your vehicle. You can depend on St. Lucie Battery and Tire with the largest inventories, expert technicians, and the best price out the door every day guaranteed. You'll drive away with confidence. Life doesn't stop, and neither should your car. St. Lucie Battery and Tire is here for you. Our experts keep your vehicle ready with batteries, tires, and service you can trust. Fast, friendly, and always reliable.
Are you a fan of soccer and great flavor? Then listen to this. Purchase $5 of Jarritos or any participating family brands and receive a $25 Fanatics reward. Stock up on the bold, refreshing taste of Jarritos and get rewarded with fan gear from Fanatics. More flavor, more passion, more ways to show your team pride, and more reasons to celebrate every match, every goal, and every victory. Run to your favorite store and participate today. Details at jarritos.com. Jarritos, always authentic.
Mega Bash at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium is the biggest 4th of July party in Jupiter. There's no better way to celebrate America's 250th birthday than enjoying two special baseball games on July 3rd and July 4th. Both games begin at 6 p.m., featuring the Mega Kids Inflatable Area and the biggest fireworks show of the season. Tickets start at just $8. Stop by the ticket office or visit RogerDeanChevroletStadium.com to purchase your Mega Bash tickets today.
Welcome back to Extra Time with Mike Rizzo. Brought to you by Yingling, Tri-Rail, and Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fraunrath.
Extra Time, Mike Rizzo, Damian Perez here on a beautiful Monday edition here in West Palm. It's now time to bring in a very special guest. This is Alina Hudak, President and CEO of the FIFA World Cup 26 with the Miami Host Committee. And folks, the FIFA Fan Festival in Miami is officially the official fan destination of the FIFA World Cup at Bayfront Park, right in downtown Miami. I personally have been there. I partied with the Tartan Army, my brother and I, a couple of Brazil fans. So I can't wait to hear Alina and her perspective, the president and CEO, once again, of the Miami Host Committee for the FIFA World Cup. But let's bring in Alina. How you doing today? Thank you so much for joining us here on Extra Time today.
I'm good, Mike. I love your energy. I need some of that. It's day 17 for us, so you can imagine, and it's 24/7. But we're loving every minute of it. It's been an incredible experience. Our Fan Fest has had over 400,000 plus people come through. And I think for me, I'm a believer. I love the sport. I love all sports in South Florida. I'm a big fan of all of our teams. But I have to tell you that I think the most wonderful and exciting part is watching all the rivalries, and then the rivalry just goes away and the people come together and they're dancing, they're having a great time, there's families, there's little kids, watching their idols. It's just been a fantastic time.
Now, Alina, you mentioned some of those great things. What are maybe some other things that make the Fan Fest so special? And what could maybe, attendees expect coming up on this 4th of July?
Yeah, look, I think, we've worked really hard to make sure that the experience is about the soccer and the watching, right? But in between, we have all these cultural experiences. We have obviously eating opportunities. We've got all kinds of fun things happening. And I think what really makes our Fan Fest vibrant, and we've gotten this feedback from the people that are actually traveling and visiting the other Fan Fest, is that it is not just a watch party. That, for the kids, we have a pitch and the kids can participate in some kind of, soccer clinic. We have a main pitch when you first come onto the property where you get to participate in different activations. We have every commercial partner in town participating in that. And so if you're into the Bank of America bracelets, you can stand in the line and wait for your bracelet. And so there's the opportunity not only to enjoy culture and the diversity that is South Florida, Florida, but specifically the culture related to the teams that are playing that particular day. We've done, I think, a really great job of making sure that we're sharing that with our fans. And so for us, it's about bringing people together. It's about showcasing what South Florida and Miami represents, and then obviously the experience and the passion behind the game itself.
Alina Hudak, President and CEO of the FIFA World Cup 26 Miami Host Committee, is our guest here on Extra Time. Now, 4th of July, you guys got a big weekend planned. Alina, can you give us maybe a little behind the curtain look on what might be coming up for 4th of July?
Well, 4th of July obviously is very special to all of us, right? It's the celebration of the 250th anniversary of our country, the country that welcomed my family, 60 years ago. And so for us, that day is all about celebrating the United States. It's about, there's 2 matches that will be viewed. We do have a concert that's going to start early in the afternoon and go into the evening. We have multiple talented guests appearing. We'll have a fireworks show that will end the night at 11:30, 11:45. So there will be entertainment, family-friendly activities. We have everyone from Shaggy to Willie Chirino to The Fray. We have a really diverse group of entertainers that are going to be participating with us. And it's just going to be a great way, again, to celebrate what it means to be an American and what it means to be sharing this wonderful World Cup moment together with the city of Miami and the vibrancy of everyone here that we represent.
And Alina, I mean, everything you just mentioned there, even if you're not a football fan, you could still show up and have a great time and really experience the city for yourself. Am I right on this?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I mean, honestly, I tell people and my friends, I drank the Kool-Aid. A year and a half ago, quite frankly, I don't know that I could have talked about soccer the way I can talk about it today. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the passion, the countries. I'm enjoying the stories of the different individuals and the teams. It feels very Olympic, right? It feels like this global moment.
Yep.
And I think for us, it has just been this really amazing experience. And to see the country so happy, right? And the world so happy and celebrating the magic of the sport has been really a great moment.
Alina Hudak, President and CEO of the FIFA World Cup 26 Miami Host Committee, is our guest here on Extra Time. Let's stay there, Alina, because I've been seeing videos. I've been seeing, people going to social media, rather, who don't live here in the States, who have been, hey, listen, this place is actually great. What do you make of the world kind of coming to America and realizing the great culture that we have, not only here in South Florida, but as a country, as in a whole?
I'm a person who's always believed in sports and the unifying effect of sports. I remember, and I love to tell this story because I've been in public service for almost 40 years, and I tell the story of being on a plane to go watch the University of Miami play Notre Dame in Chicago many years ago. And by pure coincidence, the Cubs were also playing in some kind of playoff. So I get on this plane, and everyone was either wearing a University of Miami hat, a Notre Dame hat, or a Cubbies hat. And so I just think that, we're seeing what I think any of us who love sports know, that there's this, magic and this unifying force behind the sport itself. Soccer is extraordinarily popular globally. These soccer players have tremendous followings. Little kids, we've done 21 plus community clinics in the neighborhoods.
Wow.
In community parks. We did them for multiple months. Every Saturday, I was there for many of them, and I would talk to the kids, and we would end the session with this wonderful moment with all the kids. And you would ask them, who's your favorite player? And these kids were rattling off these names, and they knew, they were 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. And I remember being asked early on when I first took this position, is America ready for soccer?
Yes.
And I said at the time, I didn't know the answer to that question, but what I did know was that every kid in America was playing soccer because my girls did. And they played soccer when they were little. So I think it's really been, an incredible experience for the United States, for the North American continent. And Miami's having this great, amazing experience, but so are my fellow host cities across the country. From what I can tell, it's really been magical.
Now, Alina, as voice of the Inter Miami Herons, someone who loves soccer here, in the United States. I appreciate all the clinics that you guys do. Anything to grow the game and to get the sport bigger is amazing. So thank you for that, for you and the host committee on that. Now, you mentioned some of the other, watch parties and however. Now, I've been to Miami. I know what makes a watch party so special. But for some people listening that haven't been to Bayfront Park yet, that haven't been to any of these fan festivals, how does our fan festival here in Miami differ maybe from some other fan festivals going on around the country?
Well, that's an easy question. Who's got soccer on the bay, right?
Yeah.
Who's got jet skis playing soccer on the bay? I don't know that you've got an answer for that one. So we're very special. We're very unique. We've got the bay as the backdrop. We have all of these different activations. It is not just a watch party. It is a cultural experience, both from a food perspective, from the music perspective. It's a party. We had Pitbull opening night.
Yes.
Brought to us by DoorDash. We have had all these great and amazing moments, and I think that you're going to see that continue throughout this week. The USA plays on Wednesday. That should be a really great moment. But, in Miami, when Colombia plays, it's a great moment. When Mexico plays, it's a great moment. When Brazil plays, it's an incredible moment. When Argentina plays, we saw on Saturday night, the Colombian fans in their yellow shirts in a wonderful departure after that match. And then you saw all the Argentinian fans come into FanFest. Incredible. Just a really great representation of who we are in South Florida.
Once again, folks, Alina Hudak, President and CEO of the FIFA World Cup 26 Miami Host Committee, is our guest here on Extra Time. Appreciate all the time, Alina. Next thing here, what happens? What happens after the fan festival, or rather, what happens when it ends on July 5th? What happens when the fan festival ends?
Right. So after the fan festival ends, we will obviously, I think anybody who's watching the tournament knows that the tournament starts to get spaced out a little bit, right? Because there are these elimination. It's do or die, right? You play, you win, lose, and you keep moving. And so we've very strategically then positioned our watch parties to tie around the bronze and the final. And so we will be hosting community watch parties throughout our community, both north, south, and west. And that's been very intentional. We've partnered with some cities that want to do some additional parties. We've assisted them in accessing the public viewing licenses. So we've done, our share of work to make sure that the party continues in a little bit of a different way. It's not the FanFest, it's a more traditional watch party. And we will be doing that throughout the community in different locations. I encourage everybody to go to our website to see the schedule because it's a lot. I'm not going to rattle it off, but FWC 26 Miami, you can find our schedule and you can find information about our different watch parties, mostly tied around the bronze match and the final.
And once again, folks, Miami is preparing for one of the biggest celebrations on 4th of July. It is on the 4th of July Bayfront Park, hosting football, live entertainment, and Independence Day festivities, culminating in a drone and fireworks show. And then, as Alina just mentioned, after July 5th, fans can keep celebrating through the official watch parties across South Florida through the final on July 19th. All right, Alina, I got to ask, because I'm sure there are a ton of listeners, maybe some young women out there, young men that go, how do I become president and CEO of the FIFA World Cup 26 Miami Host Committee? That seems like a lot of fun. Alina, walk us through your journey on how you got to that position and what kind of led into you being the president of such a great host committee.
Well, thank you. That's a great question. And my first answer is you work really, really hard for 42 years. That's step one. Look, I think my experience in public service has prepared me in a unique way because I spent 35 years of my career working for Miami-Dade County government. And then I spent 5 years, working for the city of Miami Beach in different capacities. And so I think that I've had this incredible opportunity to really understand the operations side of the business. And so navigating navigating that as a host committee and as the president and CEO, and being able to really have the conversations that needed to be had with law enforcement, and being able to navigate the different governments that I'm very familiar with. Again, I've been in this community. This is my home. I'm not going anywhere. I didn't come from anywhere. And so I understand our governments, our regional governments. I understand our cities. Broward County has been a great partner as well. And so we have relationships that allowed me to navigate and to mobilize the resources. I have a great volunteer board. I have 2 chairmen who have been great leaders and have helped, obviously, with the fundraising and what needed to be done to put the money in place to be able to fund this. And so I think that my experience has, in fact, prepared me in a unique way. I've retired twice, so this is my second retirement job. And I will tell you that I accepted it because I truly believed at the moment, almost a year and a half ago, that it was going to be this legacy moment for us in South Florida, and I wanted very much to be a part of it. So,
Alina, you're too good to retire. You're too good to retire. You can't stay retired. Yeah. What are you talking? Retire? You gotta come and run this ship.
Someday I'm going to retire for real. It's a joke in my family. My daughters and my husband are like, we're not going to another retirement party for you. We're done.
Now, Alina, last thing here, and once again, appreciate all the time on Extra Time. Once again, Alina Hudak, President and CEO of the FIFA World Cup 26 for the Miami Host Committee, is our guest. I know you're probably going to give me, as we call in sports radio, the coach speak, but who's been your favorite fan base down there? We've had a lot of fan bases come through our Bayfront Park for the Miami Host Committee and the watch parties. Do you have a favorite fan base that really struck a heart chord for you?
Well, I mean, look, the Tartan Army was really special for the entire country, everywhere they've been. I was really hoping to see the Netherlands here. We met with them ahead of time, and we wanted that orange bus here. And they've actually been so great about staying in touch with us. I'm going to tell you, every fan base has touched me, and I'm not trying to be Pollyanna about this, but the night that Haiti played Brazil, I was at FanFest, and Haiti was down like 4-0. And in intermission, we had a Haitian artist, and everyone was dancing. All the Brazilian fans came down. They're hugging each other. The Haitians, the Brazilian fans, they were hugging each other. Everyone was dancing. I have a video of it, and it's almost like an emotional thing for me to describe it because it was such a beautiful moment. There was so much hope and expectation on the part of the Haitian fans, and they were down 4-0, but they were celebrating. They were enjoying the DJ that we had. It was a Haitian performer, and the Brazilians were having such a great time. The flags, they were holding up the Haitian and Brazilian flag. So I've loved every fan base. They're different. They bring, again, this different perspective, and it's really been a great, amazing experience.
Folks, those experiences, the fun that Alina is talking about, you could be a part of it as the FIFA Fan Festival is entering its final weekend, and Miami is preparing for one of the biggest celebrations. 4th of July, Bayfront Park. They are going to host football and live entertainment and Independence Day festivities, culminating in a drone and fireworks show. And then, folks, keep in mind, after July 5th, fans can keep celebrating through the official watch parties across South Florida through the final on July 19th. Once again, July 4th, folks, it's a place to be. You're going to have the Fray, Shaggy, Ashanti, and, screenings of the matches, all that fun and dancing that Alina is talking about. So go check it out at Miami Bayfront Park. Now, Alina, thank you so much for the time. I am going to be sad. I know you're probably going to be a little relieved. You'll be a little relieved, but I am going to be sad once we wrap things up here down in Miami because I told you I experienced it. I partied with the Tartan Army. I partied with the Brazilians. It was a ton of fun. And I just want to say from the entire South Florida community, thank you for coming out of retirement, and thank you for all of your committee for helping us have a great time. I really appreciate all the time here on Extra Time.
Thank you, Mike. Much appreciated. I appreciate the love. You don't always get the love in these roles. So thank you so much. It's much appreciated.
Of course. Then thanks again to Alina. Folks, when we come back, we'll wrap up the show. We'll preview some of the games coming up later on tonight and get you updated on all the action around the FIFA World Cup. We're coming right back on Extra Time on ESPN 106.3. Welcome on back,
from
folks.
The Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
This soccer season, bring home a win that lasts beyond the final whistle. If hard water is spotting dishes, dulling laundry, and drying out your skin, that's a foul. Culligan has helped families since 1936 with free water testing and reverse osmosis systems that filter contaminants at the source. While the tournament ends soon, Culligan keeps savings going. Enjoy 12 months with no payments and no interest. Schedule your free water test today at Culligan.com. Serving South Florida, Vero Beach to Miami Beach.
Hey, Culligan man!
The world is coming to South Florida for the biggest month in international soccer, and Tri-Rail is your ticket to the action. Skip the traffic and costly parking with fares starting at just $2.50, plus enjoy free Wi-Fi on board. Take Tri-Rail to Golden Glade Station, then hop on free shuttles for ticket holders heading to the matches at Miami Stadium. With extra trains before and after the games, getting there and back is easy. Let's go on Tri-Rail. Plan your ride at TriRailWorldCup.com.
For 40 years, Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fraunrath has stood up for clients and South Florida communities. If you've been injured, their experienced attorneys across South Florida are ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients. There's no cost for a case evaluation and no fee unless they win. Visit foryourrights.com. That's foryourrights.com. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fraunrath, proud supporters of Inter Miami FC on ESPN South Florida. Main office in Palm Beach Gardens.
Hey, it's Steph Prince here, and in South Florida, you need an AC team that can deliver in the clutch. That's why my family trusts Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning. As a mom of 3, trust me, when your AC goes down, you don't want to strike out with the wrong company. You want a team that keeps the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps the family cool. And Bob Bradley knows a thing or two about coaching a winning team. He coached his son Bobby all the way to becoming a first-round draft pick, and now he's helping his grandson Trey develop his game. And one thing's for sure, high standards run in the Bradley family. Bob brings that same major league mindset to the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning. From residential and commercial repairs to installations, maintenance, and upgrades, they step up to the plate and get the job done right the first time. And while Bob waits for Trey's call to the majors, he's still delivering major league service every single day right here in South Florida. Call Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning today at 561-793-7497 or visit bradleyair.com.
This summer, take your margaritas to the next level with Milagro. Crafted from 100% blue agave, from its fresh and citrusy silver to its smooth and refined reposado, Milagro is made to share and impress your guests. It's the easy upgrade your guests will notice. Whether you're hosting a gathering at home or spending an afternoon by the pool, choose the tequila that turns any moment into something special. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila. Enjoy Milagro responsibly.
Whether you need batteries, tires, or services, we know you depend on your vehicle. You can depend on St. Lucie Battery and Tire. With the largest inventories, expert technicians, and a best price, out the door, every day guaranteed, you'll drive away with confidence. Life doesn't stop, and neither should your car. St. Lucie Battery and Tire is here for you. Our experts keep your vehicle ready with batteries, tires, and service you can trust. Fast, friendly, and always reliable.
Are you a fan of soccer and great flavor? Then listen to this. Purchase $5 of Jarritos or any participating family brands and receive a $25 Fanatics reward. Stock up on the bold, refreshing taste of Jarritos and get rewarded with fan gear from Fanatics. More flavor, more passion, more ways to show your team pride, and more reasons to celebrate every match, every goal, and every victory. Run to your favorite store and participate today. Details at jarritos.com. Jarritos, always authentic.
Mega Bash at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium is the biggest 4th of July party in Jupiter. There's no better way to celebrate America's 250th birthday than enjoying 2 special baseball games on July 3rd and July 4th. Both games begin at 6 p.m., featuring the Mega Kids Inflatable Area and the biggest fireworks show of the season. Tickets start at just $8. Stop by the ticket office or visit RogerDeanChevroletStadium.com to purchase your Mega Bash tickets today.
Welcome back to Extra Time with Mike Rizzo. Brought to you by Yingling, Tri-Rail, and Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath.
Final segment of the program, 888-760-3776. Appreciate Alina Hudak for jumping on the program. Once again, Alina is the 2026 FIFA World Cup Miami Host Committee president. We appreciate all of the fun from her and her team that we have had at Bayfront Park. And a reminder, folks, get on out there July 4th. Got a ton of stuff planned for you. Now, this Paraguay and Germany game has turned into an absolute doozy. Germany scores, but Anton, one of the German players in the box, threw the goalkeeper, the Paraguay goalkeeper, on the ground, and they called it a foul and no goal. Both Damien and I think it was the right call. You can't throw the goalkeeper like that, even though Arsenal did it for a full year in the Premier League all season long. But this is a World Cup, and we like to think we have standards, Damien.
Yeah, you can't touch the goalkeeper.
Let's get into the injury report presented by Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath. And folks, Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath have been serving injured people and their families in South Florida for 40 years. They have main offices at Palm Beach Gardens. You can learn more by going online, foryourrights.com, foryourrights.com. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, the official law firm of Extra Time. Now, 108 and counting to go. There's 4 minutes added on in Extra Time. Damien, this is the first period of Extra Time. We're going to be playing a second one if it gets to that. But quickly on the injury report, it's got to be Christian Pulisic still for our Team USA. Pulisic was able to play in the game against Turkey in the second half. He looked fit. He looked in form. And your injury report update presented by Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath is that Christian Pulisic, in my eyes, is fully healthy and ready to go for the knockout stage. Damien, I think he's going to be crucial in that game against Bosnia.
Yeah, and I think those minutes against Turkey, I mean, those were huge minutes for his form. If he wouldn't have played in that game, it would have been, what, like 2 weeks since his last game?
And Dame, he's our most, I think, creative player.
Yeah.
You know,
he came in instant impact to that point.
Especially in the Mauricio Pochettino system. With his position coming off of the left like that, it is key. With players like Tyler Adams and Damian and Weston McKennie, who kind of fill out the other spots in that midfield, I think it is absolutely crucial for Christian Pulisic to be available, be fit, and that's exactly what he is. And once again, our injury report presented by Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, Fronrath.
Yeah, and what Team USA does so well is with those fullbacks, since they get up so high, it really isolates players like Pulisic to be one-on-one with their defenders, which he's one of the best players in the world if it comes to one-on-one dribbling at players. He's very good. That's probably where he excels. So to your point, Pochettino has done a great job of identifying that.
Folks, we are officially at the first break of Extra Time. We're going to have another 15 minutes here coming up in the second half of Extra Time. Once again, Germany and Paraguay in Extra Time. Germany, what looked like, scored the go-ahead goal in the first 15 minutes of Extra Time, but it was ruled to be a foul after Anton, or rather, Dame, look up number 3. I believe it's Anton, number 3 for Germany, throwing the goalkeeper on the ground, and the referee and the VAR system saying that he affected a goal-scoring play. Now, the sad part is, at least for Germany, even if the German defender didn't throw him on the ground, the keeper, he was
right. It's Anton.
Anton didn't throw him on the ground. Damien, you and I were both in agreement. The keeper still wasn't saving it.
He wasn't
so,
getting
like, it was something that you didn't have to do. But, folks, Damien and I both eyed. That's a foul, bro. You can't throw people down in the box.
Especially in the era of VAR.
Yeah.
I mean, VAR's going to pick that up. They're going to pause it. They're going to slow motion it. They're going to make it look like a foul. So you just got to stay away from it.
You can't do that. So, right call. Unfortunate for Germany. Damien, I've been telling you this for 120 minutes now, 19 minutes now. Dude, the longer this game drags, if you're Germany, you don't want to go to penalty kicks. I'm sorry. You don't want to risk advancing going to penalty kicks. You must find a goal here in Extra Time in the second half of Extra Time.
You don't want to go to penalties if you're the team that has the ball, that has the momentum, that has the possession, and can't find the goal. Because then at that point, it's like the pressure mounts. But what I will say is, if you want a keeper, I know Neuer is old. Is his third World Cup.
Fair play to him, man. He's one of the best
experience.
One of the best goalkeepers I think of all time.
Penalties, experience.
Listen, I think top 10 goalkeeper bar none of all time, Manuel Neuer. I mean, what he's done at Bayern Munich, the German national team, listen, I don't care who's in net. You don't want to take a team that you should be beating on the stat sheet into penalty kicks. It doesn't bode well. And that's why I'm nerve-eyed for Team USA. I don't think we're going to lose to Bosnia. I don't even think it's going to come down to penalties. But, Damian, look at the games today. Look at Brazil scoring in the 94th minute in 5 minutes of extra time. 6 minutes, excuse me.
Knockout rounds. They're unforgiving.
Look at today. Look at Germany, who won their group. 1-1 with Paraguay, a Team USA beat 4-1.
Look at South Africa.
Game was over at halftime. South Africa.
Was the 80th minute goal?
And that penalty in the second half was a makeup for the first half. Dame, that's my 2 cents. I don't think Canada deserved that. But they deserved it because it was a pen for them in the first half. Regardless, they're on to the round of 16.
It's a makeup call.
All these games have been great. And folks, you hear that music, that means it's time for us to go. Sometimes friends have to go away, but a part of them stays with you forever. Remember that in this life. Damian and I back at it tomorrow. I'll catch you on Russo and Rizzo 4 to 6. And don't go anywhere. You got Sunday Huddle with Colin Russo and a guest appearance from Damian Perez coming up right now. This has been Extra Time on ESPN 106.3.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer.